Welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights 2 Icewind Dale. This is Big Los, and we're outside of this chamber that causes massive electrical damage if you step on the wrong thing. Well, instead of doing the trial and error thing, I went first to go sell some of the items that I picked up at the end of the last episode, and when I came back here, I noticed that this table resembles the floor out there. Not only that, if you look closely at this table, actually I don't know how close I can get, but if you look closely, there are 3 rings on this table with symbols. This ring, that ring, and this ring. And they all have the same symbol, not different symbols. So this one looks like a hammer hitting an anvil. This one looks like 2 cross axes, and this one looks like 2 interlocking rings. So I'm guessing if we find these symbols and step on them, we should be okay. So I'm going to do this with Sanjay, so I'm going to tell everybody to stay put.
Stand your ground over there.
Well, of course I can do that.
Okay, so we need to find the symbol with the hammer on the anvil, and that looks like it right there. You hear a loud click followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. So I think by standing on this thing, we have disabled all of the traps on this circle. And now we have to find the next symbol, which is 2 cross axes. This looks like cross swords, so that's probably not it. There are the axes. You hear a loud click followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. Alright, so I think we are 2/3 of the way there. Aha, there are the interlocking rings. Okay. And we hear another loud click followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. Finally, you hear a loud clattering and a secret passage opens in the center of the room. And we get 500 XP for that. So let's tell everybody to attack the nearest person.
Their time has come. Destroy them all!
And we're going to open up this secret passage, and I guess we'll go down the stairs. And what is this place? Dorf Statue. This beautiful monument appears to represent dwarven craftsmanship in the art of metallurgy. It also seems to have at one time been something functional. You suddenly feel very, very cold. Looks like runes are all over the walls here. Oh, here's somebody to interact with. Nolinor of Dorn's Deep. Defiler, have you two come to desecrate the remains of our home? Oh, looks like we're not in a good spot. Absolutely not. Then why do you disturb this temple of Moradin? I was hoping to learn more of the conflict that occurred within this area. Two catastrophes occurred within Dorn's Deep. The first was the destruction of our community at the hands of the orcs. More recently, there has been the occupation of our cemetery, the Tears of the Dead, by the necromancer Terikan. Who are you? I am known as Nolinor. While alive, I served as a priest of Moradin for our church here with Dorn's Deep. Specifically, I was given the title Artisan of the Forge, and it was my duty to maintain this place. I died defending this temple. I did not anticipate revisiting it in the afterlife. Why are you here now? The presence of Terikan, the necromancer, who has taken up residence in the Tears of the Dead, has quenched the flames that gave the forge life. With the forge cold, the spirits of the dead have become restless, forced from their tombs into servitude for that monster. Almost all the dead of Dorn's Deep are now enslaved to Terikan. I fear I am the only one who remains free. What can be done? Terikan's transformation into a lich has caused enough negative energy to be drawn to the area that even our forges and machines have been affected. Perhaps destroying Terikan could bring the forge to life again. One thing is for certain, as long as the forge remains cold, the spirits of Dorn's Deep are denied our final rest. I'll see what I can do. Let me ask you some other questions first. And that updates our journal. Certainly, what would you like to know? I'd like to know more about the conflict that occurred here. Okay. Tell me about the destruction of your community. Throughout the history of Dorns, we've always had to contend with the orc hordes that threaten our way of life. However, thanks to inspired diplomacy between the leaders of our community and the elves of the Severed Hand, we forged an alliance that kept both of our homes safe from harm. What happened? Corruption from within led to a falling out between our peoples. No longer organized into an effective, cohesive whole, it was only a matter of time before the orcs overran both settlements. What was the cause of the corruption? I am not certain, but it was apparent, at least from our perspective, that someone was deliberately attempting to seed mistrust between the dwarven and elven communities. When the orcs began appearing far better equipped than in times previous, the elves began to suspect that dwarven smithies were in league with the horde. Why would they think you'd supply your enemies with weapons? The elves felt we could not control our appetite for gold, so we were accused of providing the orcs with superior armament. Later, the elves took their accusations a step further and accused us of arming the orcs with the intention of having them destroy the Severed Hand. Who was providing the orcs with arms? Not any dwarf within Dorn's Deep, I can tell you that much. We were warriors, not betrayers. If truth be told, I believe both communities were deceived by someone within one of our own families. I know not who, but I hope that when that person meets their end, they feel the pain of every dwarf and elf that lost their lives. Alright, I had some other questions I wish to ask you. Certainly, what would you like to know? What can you tell me about Terikan? Terikan is a wretched necromancer that came to Dorns shortly after the strife that put an end to our community. He was aware of the tragedy that gripped Dorn's Deep and knew it could serve as fertile ground to continue his research. What was he researching? During the construction of the Deep, we had the misfortune of uncovering a cavern that housed an ancient vortice from the negative energy plane. Now, I don't know if some being from that plane felt our presence, or if the vortice itself was disturbed by the intrusion, but shortly thereafter undead began to appear. And these undead invaded Dorn's Deep? At first it was merely a skeleton or two, nothing we couldn't handle, but over time we received more and more reports of undead sightings. In the end, I don't think any of us were prepared for what would become known as the Battle of the Dead. How did the battle begin? One morning our community awoke to the screams of the son of Jamoth. He'd been playing with within some of the caves near the forge, and claimed he had seen a small group of skeletons. We sent a few men down to investigate. They returned, badly wounded. What had they found? Hundreds of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and other undead had suddenly appeared in the Vortice cave, preparing to attack the settlement. With time working against us, we assembled our remaining soldiers and went forth to vanquish the deceased. But hundreds of undead, with even greater numbers to follow, the dwarves would have been greatly outnumbered. No Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community was threatened. Our wounded began to accumulate, and many of our brethren joined their attackers in spiritual unrest that day. Just as it appeared that we might have to retreat, a miracle occurred. A miracle? From within the tides of flesh and bone emerged Jamoth, hacking at the dead around him with a fevered glee, bellowing with laughter. With each swing of his weapon, the undead around him disintegrated, regardless of whether he struck them or not. It was a beautiful sight to see, my friend. So the undead fell around him just by his presence. How is that possible? Jamoth and our community were touched by Moradine that day. We later discovered the vortice that had brought forth the undead was somehow reversed, returning the spirits to their home within the plane of negative energy. Then Terikan came along. As a necromancer, he must have heard about the vortice, correct? Yes. Once our community no longer inhabited these chambers, Terikan took up residence in the Hall of Heroes with a determination to restore the vortice. He is convinced that if he unlocks its secrets, he will be able to manipulate other vortices throughout Faerun. How? It seems the energies of the vortice would kill any man that approached it. Terikan knew no mortal man could ever master the vortice. Shortly after his arrival in our home, he began preparing himself for the rituals necessary to become a lich. Fortunately, Terikan must have neglected some of the proper enchantments, as the powers he wields are inferior to much of his kind. If so, can you stop him? Terikan is much more powerful than I. I'm fortunate I continue to inhabit these chambers with my own mind. Once Terikan learns of any dead within these halls, he seeks to destroy their will with his necromantic arts. Anything that lives, he slays. I could destroy Terikan for you. That would not be an easy task. You cannot destroy Terikan by striking him down. It is his life force that sustains him, not his shell. Life force? Liches store their life forces within specially constructed phylacteries. Most liches go to great lengths to protect their phylacteries, often placing them in the remote locations where no one can find them, then safeguarding them with enchantments. Terikan, however, feels his phylactery is safest close to him, and he has placed it within a crypt in the Hall of Heroes. So all we have to do is reach there and destroy it. The phylactery is not something that can be destroyed by common means. To destroy it, you'll need to remove it from this plane. A daunting task, to be certain. No less daunting than the other possibilities we've been forced to endure in coming north. How can we remove this phylactery from this plane? That is where fortune favors us. The very vortice that Terikan is studying can destroy him as well. It lies within the Hall of Heroes, inside the tomb of Jamoth. Any undead being, regardless of power, is pulled back to that dreadful plane of existence upon entry into the tomb. That's why I've never been able to enter the tomb myself. So I would need to take the phylactery inside Jamoth's tomb to destroy Terikan? That doesn't sound too difficult. But to reach the Hall of Heroes, you'll need to pass through the Tears of the Dead, where Terikan resides. Not only that, but the great door to the Hall of Heroes is locked, and I'm certain Terikan possesses the key. If you defeat Terikan's physical form, make haste for the Hall of Heroes, for he will be subdued for a short while. Let's see what I could do. Let me ask you another question. Certainly, what would you like to know? I'd like to know more about the conflict that occurred here. Yeah, we already asked about that. Yeah, we asked about all this. Let me ask some other questions. We are in need of aid. So we have a free cleric here, just like in the Dragon's Eye. He also sells some spells. Mostly cleric spells. How about we buy this? And I think we'll have Evelyn cast it on a spellcaster who has buffed himself. And that's about it. Okay. So I'm guessing these doors will lead us to the Lich Terikan. So why don't we go back to where we came from and go down that cave and see where that goes. Alright, here we are. And if I recall, the entrance to the cave is over here. In this cell. Kind of reminiscent of Oblivion. Alright, here we are. Oh. Dorn's Deep Cave. Quite a large area. No telling where the exit is. Uh-oh. This looks like an Uber Hulk. Saablic Tan. This hulking, powerfully built creature looks something to... Yeah, it's like an Uber Hulk. That's bad. Alright, let's remove the torch. And then I'm going to put haste on everybody. No, not on the Uber Hulk, on ourselves. There we go.
What?
The good thing about the Uber Hulks is that we can get sneak attacks on them. Fortunately, they're going to cast confusion on us. Let's go to throwing axes.
Yes?
And we'll spam... Oh, you can't see? Oh, we have to talk to this thing, huh?
Perhaps so.
Never mind. Alright, let's go back to our regular... What?
What?
Proceed no further, traveler, as I would speak with you. I didn't realize your kind could speak. I am not what you see. I was a master, transmuter, a red wizard of Thay. My knowledge vast and... You were a wizard? My name was Saablic Tan. Of my mistakes, one grew tired. Used my precious magics to make that which I am. Having much confusion as days move on. Must tell you, I am frightened. Why are you frightened? Orcs that roam these passages, my passages, are my creation. They have much contempt for me. I cannot leave. My form, my home, punishment for my ambition. I derive pleasure for altering against their will. I have much regret. How can this situation be rectified? What is done is done. I cannot excuse my actions or my intents. I am not alone in guilt, and I am consumed with hatred for one. Responsibility rests not on my soul alone. I am but a pawn. Tell me more of your situation. I must be brief as I grow tired. You can help others, and help me. Within these caves, the orcs have a leader. Not only that role, but another he fills. What is this other role? He is one of 6. His presence and others here to prevent intrusion, placed by the one that would wrong myself and many others. Without his existence, his minions will scatter and the evil draw weaker. You want me to dispose of this leader? I'm afraid there may be no other way. I remain overcome with guilt. I cannot excuse my actions forever. My relevance in this world flickers in a far greater injustice. Burns bright. I will see what I can do. I am very grateful to know your actions extend beyond my plight. Before you leave, he will be in possession of a symbol, a badge. You must obtain this. Return with this, and I will know you are true to your word. I will attempt to provide more insight then. I will return. Alright, so we met an Umberhulk who was actually a Red Wizard of Thay named Saablic Tan. Saablic alluded to a great injustice in the world and spoke of his fear of retaliation from the Aurochs in the area he helped create. He asked us to dispose of an Auroch chieftain in the area and return with a badge that the chieftain possesses. In exchange, he promised to provide us with more information. Okay. So, we are at a fork in the road. We can go this way, we can go that way, or we can go this way. I say we go towards this area over here. Nothing in here? This must be the lair of that Umberhulk.
Everyone, follow me!
What about you? What do you see in here? Not much. Alright, so we'll have Evelyn lead us for the time being. This looks like a larger area with enemies, probably, so we're gonna head this way. To another larger area with enemies, probably. No? This is probably where the Aurochs are, so let's head that way. Aha!
Killing time!
Alright, let us... What should we do? Let's do the strength. Alright.
I think I spy some unsuspecting playmates ahead.
Spam that a bunch of times.
Quietly. Our quarry lies just ahead.
You come up here and attack.
We won't both walk away from this.
Hellhound!
Run!
More lambs to the slaughter!
Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go back to our sword. Ah, you got confused. I like this sword.
We won't both walk away.
Dead. Alright. Back to our bow. Oh, looks like a cutscene.
Very well.
Who are you? What you do here? I'm looking for the Auroch chieftain. You have found him. What do you want? I've come to obtain your badge. You'll get nothing, and you will die. I beg to differ.
There's more where that came from.
Alright. Now would be a good time for spells, probably. Let's launch a fireball at one of them. No, I want to launch a fireball. Crap, we just lost a turn. Alright, spam that.
Very well.
Why don't we cast Bane on these guys?
Glory Conforus.
Quietly. Our quarry lies just ahead.
Yeah, you don't need to be in stealth mode for right now. Do a feint on him.
Well, look what we have here.
So how's that fireball
Future
coming?
corpses.
That must have killed somebody. No, it didn't kill anybody. Well, how about we cast this arc of lightning? Oh, that's probably better. Vitriolic sphere. There we go. Uh-oh, you better get out of the area. And we're gonna have to cure.
Yes, of course.
And he's dead.
All right, crew.
Alright.
Let's take them down.
You should definitely be trying to cure.
Pray to whatever gods you wish. There! There!
Ah, he's dead. And Frito's back. Note to Krillag. Chief Krillag, as you know by now, your master and creator is gone. Malavon, Saablic's associate, will now be handling all magical affairs in the dome north of the Artisans District. You are the strongest of your kind, and thus it is to you that I extend Saablic's badge of lieutenancy. Use it as a symbol of the authority that I have loaned to you. If you and the others need to have audience with me, you must bring your badge with you. Think of it as a key, one of 6 keys to a lock. Do not lose it. Okay? Hold on to that, and here's the badge. This black steel plate bears a red engraving of Krillag's sigil, an open palm with a sphere levitating directly above. We'll take that too. And this looks like a great sword. The Cairn Blade. It's +4. We'll sell that. Let's give this to Kara over here.
Yes?
Bonaparte.
Let's cure a bunch of times. Oh yeah, I forgot to put Bear's Endurance again.
Bonaparte.
What happened? Did your stone skin wear off? We might have to rest again.
Bonaparte.
What is this? Is this like a dead
Pio
bear?
Novo.
Yeah, looks like they were gonna eat a bear.
A Pio Novo.
It's right next to the fire, ready to cook. Actually, it looks like all of our buffs have worn off. Well, it has been almost 30 minutes.
Fall in behind me here.
Actually, you know what? I think this would be a good time to rest, so I'll meet you back here after I've rested and put on all the buffs. Alright, we're back. We've rested. Put the buffs back on. Now let us... Oh, let's go this way. Then we'll, I guess, come down here, come back up this way, go back up that way, and come back. Enemies anywhere? No, you're Saablic Tan. Let's talk to him. Greetings again, traveler. I have disposed of the Orog chieftain and acquired his badge. I am forever in debt to you. I cannot speak much longer. I must tell you that each of the 6 have such a badge. Should you go in search of him, you will need to obtain each of them. I must rest. Goodbye, Saablic. So we need to get 6 of these things. Wonderful.
What?
Does that mean that enemies have spawned in new locations? No, not here. Alright, let's go this way. Are there enemies over here? Nope. Right in front of us there are.
Pray to whatever gods you worship.
More lambs to the slaughter.
Blast!
Yeah, let's blast him. Actually, let's try to knock him down. Yeah, knockdown works pretty well. Alright, Frito. Let's go into stealth mode. Uh-oh. Alright, take care of that one.
Hellhound.
Go to your Sword of Confusion. Oh, we got more of them.
Damn your eyes!
Alright, let's get sneak attacks on this one. Dead. So what's up here? Nothing?
Hmm?
Go back to your bow so you move faster. Whoa. Holy crap. Whoa, we got an Etten here.
Their time has come.
Try to stun him.
Destroy them all.
No, it probably won't work.
If I must.
There.
Got more? Yeah, we do.
Will regret
Alright, sneak attack. Yeah, Frito gets the kill again. Doesn't have anything.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you know what? We haven't had our animal companion in a while. Probably because the kitty tends to die a lot. Nothing over here. And what about over here? A corpse! Calibac's journal. I'm afraid I may have been duped. Bandoth indicated where I might find the door to the forge, but I was unable to find any trace of it. I was prepared to search later on this evening, but a group of Ettins have encamped in the passage north of where I am now, and I am in no condition to be running past them. Hopefully I will get another opportunity to search the old meeting hall of the dwarves. Earlier I uncovered some writings regarding a room within these walls that leads to the lower segments of this complex, and I can only assume that this room lies behind the door I have yet to find. To make matters worse, the same writings inferred that this room contained a puzzle that was designed to keep the invaders from discovering and desecrating the cemetery and forge. Perhaps Bandoth can provide some more assistance. I wonder, will he tell us more now? And we have an unidentified battle axe.
You
Do
just
know what it
follow
is?
me and stay close.
It's a battle axe plus 3 of fatigue. It does slow on a percentage. Who else had an
Perhaps
axe?
so.
You had an axe. You had a defender plus 2. Well, I guess we'll sell those weapons later. We don't really need them.
Hmm?
In fact, I would like to get some kukris back. So it doesn't look like there's any exit to this place. It looks like we are going to have to go back the way we came. nothing over here. Yeah, I think we vanquished all the enemies. So I wonder where the rest of these badges are. Anyways, let's return, and I guess we will go through those other doors by Nolinor. We are kind of running up on time though, so I don't think we will actually get to it today. We'll probably have to do it in the next episode. Alright, let's go into the secret passage. Just go down. We may have to put the buffs on again. Alright, so here we are. By where Nolinor is. And I guess we'll call it an episode today. Will we find Terikan and defeat him and maybe find his phylactery? Why not next time? This is Big Lows signing off. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And Tango Medea.